Emmanuel, God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. I'm harvesting lots of parsley from my pots. I've up-potted my cabbages. My dwarf tomatoes have come up in this pot. I didn't get one up in this pot, so I will replant this pot with one. I'm going to use this old dead plant to grow it out in. I got tomatoes and onions. Put onions with everything now because my peas are already in the garden. And after the peas, I'll do the beans. And after the beans come the tomatoes and onions. I showed you this pot with the carrots, doing pretty good. We have our flowers. I just got this oregano, variegated oregano, and I'm trying to grow these I'm trying to get this to root. The rosemary will root just fine, but this is some weed I saw on the side of the street, and I thought it looked interesting. And it's being a drama queen. You are from Southern California. Why are you tripping? I got some cabbage in here. I don't know what kind of flower this is. And lots of onions. Looks like a tomato came up. Hopefully that sense of all those different herbs and stuff will hide that tomato until it gets stronger. Oh, I see another one popped up there. So that's great. And I don't know what these are because I just planted them not too long ago. I have Northern Eland, Glacier, and Silver Fir. So I'll know if any of those belong to Silver Fir because it has a distinctive leaf. And I planted the Northern Eland, I think, over here. I planted the Glacier here. And then I planted Silver Fir over here. So if these aren't them, then it's something older that I didn't think was going to come in, and I replanted. This is wheat, Ethiopian wheat, and I got lettuces in here and some cabbage, and I put some rosemary to try to deter it from the bugs. I got some onion in there. What kind do I have in here? This is probably, again, I replanted the tomatoes because I didn't think I was going to get any. And then here one pops up. I have Rutgers, Homestead, Old German, and Summertime. So that's probably summertime. And then over here, what we got some cabbages, some spinach. This is my last sowing of spinach for the year. And some onions. And I'm trying to root some rosemary. And in here I got Pearson's Pride and Mushroom Basket tomatoes. And here I am trying to get some things started. I put tomatoes in here now because it's too late for me to continue starting cabbages, but these late cabbages in here, I'm just going to allow them to go. They're too small to be repotted up, so I'm just leaving them in here to continue. Had to trim my onions. These are doing well for the summer. And there's that weed I grabbed on the streets when I was walking around trying to get that to grow out. And my spinach are in here. Those long leaves there, those are spinach. I've grown Vilricé, a cabbage. This cabbage is really too little to move, but it was with these onions, and those onions desperately need to be rerooted. These are my red brandywine. And these are spinach and onions. I probably had some tomatoes in there too, but all I see are spinach and onions now. And these are some tomatoes. Still trying to root that, trying to do it in the shade. This one looks like it's doing a little better. There's another tomato in there. And here are some pelargoniums I'm trying to root. Just ones I saw on the street and I thought they looked nice. Some spinach and onions. My last sowing is spinach and onions. And this is lettuce. I won't be growing any more lettuce either. All my lettuce are up. And over here we have anemone leaves, paralogorum leaves, marigolds. I'm going to have to replant this. These have gotten way too big for this container. I don't even know what this is. It might be butterfly weed. That thing can grow anywhere. And in the shade of the marigolds are the peas. Yeah, see the peas underneath there? And those are sweet peas. So over here, this is a paralogorum. The few dwarf tulips that are coming along. Some peas. There's peas over there too. These are all sweet peas. And this is Mexican heather. Down here we have our hollyhocks. I forgot what this one's called now. I don't know what this one is either. I don't know what that is. This is an onion. This is a strawberry. I think these are strawberry seeds too. I don't know what this is. I forgot, if I ever know. These are brassicas. They look like turnips or rutabagas, one of the two. I don't know what this one is either. And that's a lettuce and an onion. Yeah. I've been growing them for a while. These are flowers, but I forgot. And I paid like $12 a pack for these expensive flowers. That's all I got left. Down here with more shade, I have some rutabagas, rosemary, and these are just cuttings of paralogorum I'm trying to seed in there. So this is a cabbage. This is my cauliflower. I'm only not planting them out now because the snails and the slugs are having their run. And right next to this, I have this bush where all my birds live. And because they are there, nothing can come over here and just have their run of my seedlings. Because as soon as the birds that are in those bushes look out and see anything over here, they're going to call it dinner. So I get bites on everything, but as soon as they're discovered by the birds, it's over for them. Here's my spigarella broccoli. You eat the leaves on this broccoli and growing it with onions, trying to keep the bugs away. Here's some tomatoes have come through. And we got cabbages and this broccoli that I eat for the leaves. I had to transplant some of those cabbages early, and see, they're just starting with the leaf, but they didn't go into shock, so that's good. And here's other cabbages. I call everything a cabbage, y'all, but I have broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, anything in that whole family. It's my spigarella. The squirrel and I really like this. And if I don't have this, then she's going to eat my cabbages. This leaf is very tender and juicy. And it is kind of like, you know, if you eat it, it grows back. And it grows back fast. So I plant a lot of it so she can get full off of that. And I can still have cabbages. Squirrel is necessary in my garden. She eats the most snails of any animal in my garden. The birds can't eat the snails so good because they have a hard time pecking through the skin. But it's no problem for the squirrel. Winter lettuce and some cabbage. Over here, my salad bowl. It's getting harder on it as the weather gets warmer. This right here, I keep thinking it's going to seed, but it doesn't look like it is. It keeps getting bigger and bigger. I may have to transplant this. I don't know. Because I sometimes have to transplant my brassicas if they go to seed. Because once they go to seed, they become water hogs when they're flowering. We have our first daffodil has gone on. And the flower is hanging on there. So those flowers, these little rosettes dry impeccably. I'll show you. I need to put some more soil in here and pull out things that didn't do well, like a lot of these bulbs I got free and discount. They weren't any good, so I didn't get the show I wanted, but I got the show I got. So like this one that I'm pulling out while you're here, it doesn't have a flower and it's not gonna get one. So, but the onion's doing good here, so that's nice. So I'll just take that one out. See, nothing gonna happen with that. I came down here to show you my radishes. These are azalea radishes. See that little cute radish there? Yeah, that cute radish. And those are my carrots. These are the carrots. They'll grow through. They get much taller than in these others as I take out the radishes, which are doing good in here. I'm seeing radish bulbs in here. And the onions are in here. I just cut the onions and ate them. So as the onions curl, I just take those and eat them. No need to just leave them in there indefinitely. This is food, you know. Harvest when you can. It smells so good. Villa de Gamme. And these are my spinach. Villa Fray. I got 3 of them there. Got some spinach in here too. I think I'm going to take this out of the full sun now because, you know, it's a little bit later in the season. I don't want to try my luck with that. Put it in some shade, but where the birds can keep an eye on it. Yeah. And I want to, I'm not going to go through these today. We'll get to that. Garden's getting bigger, guys, as I've transplanted and everything. But I wanted to end on a beautiful floral note. Even though these fell over and I didn't get my high show, they are beautiful, aren't they? These are freesia. I see now why people like these white freesias for wet, and I think that looks very romantic. And this is White Christmas. And she's putting on quite a show, isn't she? Yeah, so let me see if I can get, that's my cherry tree behind it. It's a California cherry tree, you guys, so it's just to attract birds so that they can, you know, eat everything in the garden as far as the bugs are concerned. And it's drought tolerant, so I have to have it planted up high. Even the amount of water I get can sometimes water stress this cherry tree, this Catalina cherry tree, because it's used to growing on a mountain on an island that flows right to the ocean. So it's used to extremely good drainage. And you can see it's going to put on, it's already putting on quite a show for a California cherry tree. So I'll have my cherry flower season for you soon. Don't expect, you won't think you're in Japan. You will know you're in California looking at a drought tolerant plant. So I'll just tell you that up front. But I thought this would be a nice way to end this video, a treat for those of you who are in this area or who are in an area where you have no chill hours and you think an ornamental cherry tree is better than no cherry tree. And it does have tons of birds in it. It's actually not even a cherry tree, you guys. It's a cherry bush. It's at its full height, and you see the way it makes a lovely hedge. It's very happy to be a low-growing hedge like that. You can trim it like that. It's very happy. It will never be a happy tall-growing bush. As you can see, the taller it gets, the more sparse it gets. And if I cut that top, it will fill out in this area, which is what I prefer. I was not feeling well due to some issues I was having, and so I didn't get to it in a timely manner. And I usually like to let the flowering go before. I don't like to cut it during flowering nor fruiting, because the birds move in during flowering and they eat the fruit, you know, feed it to their babies. So I don't like to mess with that process of nature. And then after that, then I trim it. you know. So God bless you. Hope this was a treat for those of you who stayed to the end.